Hi, Laya Annie.
Hi.
Hi. So we got an email from a client this morning. So the email reads, I came to the UK on a skilled worker visa in 2023. Unfortunately, my employer did not provide me with any shifts at all. Before my visa expired, I claimed asylum, and my claim is still pending. Last week, I secured a new job with another employer. However, today I received an email from them withdrawing the offer of employment. They stated that I do not have the right to work because I am an asylum seeker and therefore cannot be sponsored. Please, could you advise me on my actual legal position regarding my right to work in this situation?
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for that wonderful question. I think this is a good opportunity for me to address this issue regarding right to work for certain individuals in the UK. Unfortunately, a lot of employers, especially care providers, they do not understand the immigration rules as it regards to right to work for certain individuals on either a point-based system, visa categories, or other visa categories, or like persons like this client who is an asylum seeker. So I would like to discuss this in very simple terms, and I will categorize the different types of asylum seekers. So first type would be, or first category would be Ahmad, who's coming from Afghanistan. It's coming illegally through the English Channel from France. So Ahmad claims asylum upon arriving in the UK. So Ahmad would not normally have right to work because he's coming illegally and he's going to be placed on the immigration bill. So that's one. Second category would be Emeka, who is a Nigerian national. He's coming to the UK on a visit visa. And upon arrival in the UK, he's claimed asylum, and because he's coming on a visit visa which has no right to work, he would not be able to work because although he's coming legally, but his visa doesn't allow him to work. So claiming asylum on a visit visa would normally be without right to work. So third category of people is Kweku. Kweku has come in from Ghana as a foreign student, and student midway through his study, he was withdrawn because he couldn't pay his fees. But Kweku, before his 60 days visa curtailment elapsed, he claimed asylum. And for someone like Kweku, he would normally have right to work, but subject to the student visa conditions, which says that you're allowed to work 20 hours during term time, and then unlimited hours during your school holiday. Now, the fourth category of people would be, let's say, Miss Michael is coming from maybe South Africa as a skilled worker, and while working for his employer, he got terminated, received a 60-day notice. He didn't see the 60-day curtailment email because his agent was the one who did the application for him and used his email. So he was he became an overstayer because his 60 days elapsed without him knowing. So after his 60 days elapsed, he proceeded to claim asylum. So for someone like Michael, although he's coming legally with a visa that allows him to work, but he's claimed asylum after his visa was cancelled and curtailed and expired. So that means that Michael claimed asylum as an overstayer, so he would normally not have right to work. So for this client, let's assume the client was on a graduate visa and claimed asylum before her visa expired. Then she would normally have right to work subject to the graduate visa condition, which allows you to work any job, unlimited hours, except for I think you can't work as a sports person. So throughout the pendency of her asylum claim, including any time while an in-time appeal is pending, the lady or the client would be allowed to work, and an employer can legally employ them and even potentially sponsor them on a care worker visa as long as they meet the extant legal requirements, especially the 3 months requirement, which says if you're on a different visa, you need to do 3 months prior to being issued a COS. So, my advice for employers or care providers in this situation, if someone claims asylum before their visa expires, they will normally have the right to work subject to that visa condition. So if you do an ECS check, that's a right to work check on the employer checking service, the Home Office normally within 2 3 days they would respond, and either you receive a negative verification notice, which will say the person has the right to work, and that will be if they either claimed asylum after their visa expired, or they claimed asylum maybe in one of those categories I mentioned, maybe they came in illegally, or they overstayed, or they came with a visa that doesn't allow them to work. So in that case, the response would be that they are not allowed to work. But if she claimed asylum while she had right to work, or before her visa expired, then it would be a positive verification notice.